Ratburger by David Walliams, Chapter 18, Pulverisation. Prawn cocktail crisp, offered Sheila to the man. Don't mind if I do. Just one. Sorry. So, what happens to all these rats? Continued Sheila in her poshest voice as she showed Bert to the door. Zoe was still crying on her bed. Her stepmother was so appalled by Zoe's behaviour she had locked her in her room. As much as Zoe rattled the handle and banged the door, it wouldn't move. The little girl was utterly broken. There was nothing to do but weep. She listened to her stepmother showing the repulsive man out. Well, I tell the kiddies, replied Bert in a tone that was meant to be reassuring but actually sounded disturbing, that they all go to a special hotel for rats. And they believe you? Laughed Sheila. Yes, the little fools think they all go and frolic outdoors in the sunshine before relaxing in the spa area, having massages and facials and the like. But really? Whispered Sheila. I pulverise them in my special pulverise machine. Sheila let out a gurgling laugh. Is it painful? Very. Ha! Good. Do you stamp on 'em? No. Oh, I would stamp on 'em, then pulverise them. Then they would suffer twice as much. I must try that, missus. Oh, just call me Sheila. Another prawn cocktail crisp? Oh, yes, please. Just one. Sorry, such a delicate flavour, mused Bert. Exactly like real prawn cocktail. I don't know how they do it. Have you ever had real prawn cocktail? Nah, replied the woman. But I don't need to. They taste just the same as these crisps. Of course, madam. If you don't mind me saying you are an extremely beautiful woman, I would love to take you out for dinner tonight. Oh, you naughty man, flirted Zoe's stepmother. Then I can treat you to one of my very special burgers. Oh, yes, please, the horrific woman added another sickeningly girly little laugh at the end. Zoe couldn't believe her stepmother was actually flirting so outrageously with this loathsome individual. Just me, you and the burgers. We can stuff our gobs, mused Bert. How romantic, whispered Sheila. Until later, my princess. Zoe heard the door close and her stepmother thunder back along the corridor to her daughter's bedroom before unlocking the door. You're in such trouble, young lady, said Sheila. She must have kissed Bert goodbye because now she had black marker pen over her lip. I don't care, said Zoe. All I care about is Armitage. I have to save him. Who's Armitage? He's the rat. Why would you call a rat that? Asked the woman, incredulous. It's a long story. Well, it's a completely stupid name for a rat. What would you call him? Sheila thought for a long while. Well, asked Zoe. I'm thinking. A long silence followed, during which Sheila looked like she was concentrating very hard. Finally, she said, Ratty. A bit unoriginal, muttered Zoe. That made her stepmother even more furious. You're evil, you know that, young lady, evil. I've got a good mind to throw you out on the street. How could you attack that lovely man? Lovely? The man was a rat murderer. No, they all go to a special rat sanctuary and have spa treatments. Do you think I'm completely stupid? He kills them. He doesn't stamp on them, though. They're just pulverised. Shame, really. That's monstrous. Who cares? One less rat. No, I have to save my little Armitage. I have to. Zoe stood up and headed for the door. Her stepmother pressed her firmly back down onto the bed with her considerable weight. You're not going anywhere, said the woman. You're grounded, you hear me? Grounded. Grounded. There's a U in grounded, said Zoe. No, there isn't. Sheila was really angry now. You ain't leaving this room until I say so. You can sit here, think about what you've done, and rot. Wait until my dad gets home. What's that useless git gonna do? Zoe's eyes stung. Dad might have fallen on hard times, but he was still her father. Don't you dare talk about him like that. All he's good for is benefit money and a roof over me head. I'll tell him you said that, said Zoe. He knows it already. I'll tell him every night, snorted the woman gruesomely. He loves me. He wouldn't let you treat me like this, protested Zoe. If he loves you so much, why does he spend his whole life down a boozer? Zoe fell silent. She didn't have an answer to that. The words broke her heart into a million tiny pieces. Ha, said the woman. With that, Sheila slammed the door, shut it, and locked it behind her. Zoe rushed to the window and peered down at the road. She had a pretty good view of it, what with being 37 floors up in the crumbling tower block. In the distance, she could see Bert speeding off in his van. He wasn't much of a driver. He nearly ran over an old lady before the van zoomed out of sight. Outside, the sky grew dark, but the thousands of streetlights in the town lit up the world outside. They bathed her room in an ugly orange glow that could never be turned off. Late into the evening, Dad finally returned from the pub. There was shouting between him and Sheila, as there always was, and slamming of doors. Dad never came into Zoe's bedroom to see her. Most likely he had fallen asleep on the sofa before he had the chance. Night came and went without sleep for Zoe. Her head was spinning and her heart was aching. In the morning she heard her dad go out, presumably to wait for the pub to open, and her stepmother turn on the TV. Zoe banged and banged on the door, but her stepmother would not let her out. I'm a prisoner, Zoe thought. She lay back down on her bed in despair, thirsty, hungry, and desperately needing a wee. Now, what do prisoners do? She said to herself. They try to escape.